Hello, welcome to another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Today we're making pork belly burnt ends. Don't forget guys, I have got an Instagram page where I post daily content and do live weekly cooks. It should just be here, so go over there, check it out, and I'll see you over there. So, pork belly burnt ends. I'm very recent to finding these pork belly burnt ends and how good they are. Up until a few months ago I'd never had them before, and then one day I decided I really fancied them, so gave them a try with my own recipe that I made up, and it's absolutely bang on. So I posted the picture on Facebook and everyone said, wow, what was the recipe and how did you do it and what was your method? So I thought, what better way to show you all than to do a video. And these are like absolute candy in your mouth. They are absolutely incredible. So let's go and check out the pork belly from Uptons of Bassett. Okay, so here is our pork belly. There's 2 kilos here, so it's a nice slab. All I've done is remove that top layer of skin and a little bit of fat off the top, because I do find that sometimes they come really fatty. I've also taken the bones off the back, and that is ready to go. So now what we want to do is we want to cut this into cubes, which is obviously the pork belly burnt ends. So I like to do it's literally about an inch, I would have said, is just more than enough for your pork belly. So a really sharp knife, straight down, just like that. Then you come across again about an inch, so an inch by an inch. Try and do it in one sweep is what I like to do, just like that. Then you'll be left with something that looks like that. And that is what you're left with when you've done it all. So now let's season them. Okay, so they're all laid out. So we're going to get our Pigasus rub, which is my favourite rub from Angus and Oink. Really nice on these, really nice. And we're just going to give these a nice coat all over. Okay, and now they're all seasoned, we're going to get some dark brown sugar, and you're literally just going to sprinkle this over the top of each one, and we'll rub it in shortly. And the way that I like to do this is to put them all into a mound like this. After you sprinkle the brown sugar over them, then put a little bit more brown sugar over them, then cover them just like this, and we're going to leave those for 45 minutes just to sit there and really let that brown sugar caramelise into them. It's really important that you let that sit there for 45 minutes to really let that rub soak in and let the brown sugar really caramelise onto the pork belly. Okay, and these are now ready to jump on the grill. So let's go and fire up the Broil King pellet grill. And we're going to set it at 107 degrees smoke mode, and we're going to let it smoke there for about an hour before we do anything. So these have been smoking now for an hour, and it's time to spray them. So we've literally just got 50-50 apple vinegar cider and water, and now we're going to spray them. Okay, so we are 2.5 hours in now, and it's just been smoking away. So we're going to continue to spray, and then at 3-hour mark we're going to get them off. So we are 3 hours in now, and it's time to get these off, and let's put them on the bench and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so here they are off the grill, looking really good. And now we need to add our sauce. So I'm using this here, which is Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce, and what we're going to do is just sprinkle this just like so all over. Then it should look like that, and now we just need to cover them with some foil. And now let's get it back on the grill. Cool, I'm getting hungry just looking at these pork belly burnt ends. So let's get them back onto the grill, and then we're going to leave them smoking there. At this point I would say just turn up the heat to about 140 degrees, because there's no need to continue doing low and slow, because it's not going to take on any more of the smoke flavour being in the tin with tin foil over the top. Okay, so these have now been going for 2 hours covered, so they should be starting to really look good. Let's take them off and I'll show you what I'm going to do. You want to get some more brown sugar, you just want to sprinkle this all over the top, and this will caramelise onto the pork belly. Just like that, and now let's get it back on the grill. Okay, they're now back on the grill, and I think we're going to go for another 2 hours just with that brown sugar over the top and really let that caramelise. Okay, we are now 2 hours on. So these are now ready to get off, so let's get them off, and we're going to just sit them there and let them rest for about 15 minutes before we see how we've done. And here they are, just come off. And just look at those, they just look like little bits of candy. Let's just pick one of these up. Look at that. Wow, Those are just little bits of candy. Absolutely incredible. They just fall apart in your mouth every single time, and the rub and all the sugar and everything just comes together as just one massive amazingness. There's no other word for it in your mouth. So let's just recap on what we did today. We had some pork belly. We cut them into 1-inch cubes. We then seasoned it with some of this Pigasus from Angus and Oink. We then rubbed brown sugar all over it, and we left it there for 45 minutes just resting and letting that brown sugar really soak in. We then fired up the Broil King pellet grill, set it in at 107 degrees smoke mode, and we smoked them for about 4 hours in total on the smoke setting, and we were spraying them every half an hour with that water and apple cider vinegar mix. We then put them into a metal tray, and we put some barbecue sauce over the top of them. I was using Sweet Baby Ray's, but obviously you can use whatever your favourite is. We then covered them with tin foil and carried on smoking away, increased the heat to 140 degrees and just carried on. We then sprinkled brown sugar over the top, and we did that twice. So after the first hour and then another hour, carry on with the brown sugar, and then we just let them carry on cooking. And this took 8 hours in total, but my God, was it worth it. There are other recipes out there that I know that take a lot less, but I find this every single time is just butter in your mouth. It is absolutely incredible. So if you've enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel just here, and I'll see you next time for another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Thank you for watching.